Live and Live. Buy original, be original. SON.
My colleagues and I are committed to protecting Nigerians from substandard and fake products in Nigeria. Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria declares as the agency undertakes inspection of Intertek's facilities in Singapore, Thailand. Plus, stakeholders examine the economic benefits of metrology as Lagos State Protection partners with the Standards Organization of Nigeria to promote the rights of consumers. A warm welcome to another half hour of product safety on television, brought to you by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. It comes to you on Mondays at this station at 6:30 p.m. Welcome on board. My name is Ifoma Okonkwo. I'll be back shortly. Please stay tuned.
Our interest in small and medium-scale enterprises is born out of government desire to grow that sector of our economy. And that we've been doing well with the Office of the Vice President and the other sister agencies to inculcate the culture of quality assurance to small and micro enterprises. We've been doing this by participating with the other sister agencies in SME clinics that is being organized by the Office of the Vice President, and it has been a resounding success.
Choose Live and Live. Buy original, be original. SON.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.
You should know where to go. The SON. Don't touch, don't touch.
It's fake.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It's bad.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It hurts.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It destroys.
Don't touch, don't touch.
It kills.
You should know where to go. The SON.
Standards Organization of Nigeria. Improving lives through standards.
Welcome back. You're watching Standardandyou, and we begin the program by telling you that a delegation from the Standards Organization of Nigeria, led by its Director General, was in Singapore to inspect facilities of one of its offshore inspection companies, Intertek. Lucy has more of this delegation visit.
When the Standards Organization of Nigeria Conformity Assessment Program was introduced in 2006, it was primarily to check the importation of substandard products into Nigeria. Part of the requirement of the scheme was the appointment of reputable international companies to conduct inspection of goods imported into the country to ascertain their quality. Intertek is one of such companies obligated by the SON to perform such important function. This visit by officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria to its office in Singapore is an annual exercise aimed at ascertaining the company's operations and facilities to ensure the implementation of the SUNCAP scheme by all international accredited firms, IFAs certifying products imported into the country on behalf of the SON. The team inspected facilities at Intertek's office before proceeding to the company's office in Thailand to inspect facilities.
You're still watching Standardandyou. Understanding the economic benefits of metrology was the focus of a capacity building initiative organized by the Standards Organization of Nigeria for some critical stakeholders in Enugu. Lucy has details of that exercise that attracted representatives of the Weights and Measures Department of Petroleum Resources and the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Please take a look.
Metrology is the science of measurement, one that affects all spheres of human endeavor, comprising medicine, commerce, engineering, and oil and gas. The focus of this forum is to understand the concept of metrology and its application for Nigeria's socio-economic prosperity. For 4 days, participants at the training were exposed to the fundamentals of metrology and requisite knowledge on measurement device in the oil and gas industry and how to enhance accuracy in measurement. Director General of the SON, who was represented by the Director of National Metrology Institute of the agency, Engineer Bid Obaye, said the need for proper governance in the oil and gas industry in view of this large expanse has become imperative.
Metrology is the science of measurement, and that the result of this measurement is dependent on a lot of factors. And that is why, for you to be sure of what you are saying about the accuracy of an instrument, you must be sure that the other conditions under which the measurements are carried out are properly determined and evaluated. And that is what we call uncertainty in measurement. So today, we are looking at the oil and gas sector. How do we determine the quantity of oil produced by an oil company in Nigeria, by an operator in the oil industry in Nigeria? So at the end of the day, we know totality of whatever Nigeria is producing. Today, what we are only looking at is the amount going out, metered, that is being sold. Nobody has said this is the quantity that we have from all the individual operators. And that is the essence of uncertainty, because when you do proper measurement, the result will be accurate. Somebody can tell you exactly what Nigeria is losing. Or people are attacking the oil pipelines here and there. Nobody knows even the quantity that is lost. All what you know is that we are producing. It is what we are selling that you now know that you have sold this quantity of a barrel per day. So this course is designed for us to be sure that when we get into this sector, we'll be able to do it right. Nigeria should be able to get something economically out of this, because when you know the quantity of oil produced, you know the quantity, the uncertainties, then you'll be able to know whether you are losing or you are not losing in terms of financial terms, in terms of the economic value of the operation. Because if it's not properly evaluated, you don't even know what you are doing. So this is the essence of this uncertainty in measurement.
Like in most advanced economies of the world, the SOM boss said the agency is fast developing a robust National Metrology Institute aimed at providing requisite knowledge base and facilities needed to establish accuracy and traceability in sectors of the economy.
Right now, you are taking this quantity of petrol. You are taking this quantity of diesel. Are you sure that it is the same quantity that is delivered somewhere? Even if they tamper with it, how do you know? Are you sure that even those meters that are using are giving you the accurate figures? So that's why SON is now getting this concept very, very clear, so that everybody will know what is to do for the acceptance to be okay or not. For you to know why that driver that is taking that truck out of your station, out of from one point to the other, is not going to cheat you. Why you should know that the man, as he gets there, is exactly the value that is delivering. And it is exactly that the meter that you are getting from the source. So the essence of this is for us to appreciate metrology, which is the science of measurement, that with proper guidance, you will know that this is how you are operating. It is for proper guidance of all the operators in the industry, so that we begin to know that what we are doing is okay or is not okay. And if it is not okay, you do it right. And so SON is leading the forefront, because you have to put the standards first. You have to now make sure that those standards are given the right values. And that is why this course is very important for economic development of Nigeria, so that we'll begin to get the values of our operations, be it in the oil industry, be it in agriculture, be it in commerce, be it in the medical field. Because if somebody says this is your blood pressure and that instrument is wrong, the doctor can give you recommend some medicine for you when you are not suffering. And that will be very dangerous. That somebody is saying you should be operated upon now, and that is not your state of health. So how do you look at it? Somebody gives you a medicine that's now going to cause another problem for you. So that is why metrology is important. Even the scale that is used in the hospital, who tells you that scale is correct? And you jump and you tell somebody this is your weight, when that is not his weight. Because that scale is supposed to be calibrated and recalibrated at specified intervals, depending on the usage of this case. So that is why metrology is key. The average market woman who goes to buy meat, overseas, there also everything is sold by weight. It is here we begin to use small measures. Somebody will now cut and use the back of the measure to now sell, and instead of giving the correct value. So metrology is saying if it is okay, it's okay. If it is not okay, it's not okay.
The focus of the forum was to empower the various stakeholders and the need to adopt a collaborative approach to the application of measurement by the various regulatory agencies and other relevant stakeholders.
We should always look at the next person as somebody complementing your job, rather than dissociating yourself from that other organization because you think that is coming to take up your job. That's why everybody wants to say, leave it for me, it is my own. It is not so. There is standardization, there is regulation. All these make up what you want to have as a wholesome product. So if the standardization aspect is not properly couched and the regulation is not properly couched, who is losing? The society is losing. And the government has created these organizations to be able to ensure that there is proper delivery of service.
As a researcher at the Engineering and Physical Sciences Research Council of the University of Huddersfield, United Kingdom, Sidikat Ibrahim provided insights into the science of measurement and the benefits of its application.
Having basic knowledge of metrology is significant to be able to evaluate the performance of the metering station, to be able to propagate the authority requirement in the measurement regulation, to be able to carry out the enforcement mechanism to ensure compliance and for audit purposes. Without metrology, none of this can function effectively. So therefore, that's why the metrology body must stand well to be able to develop a standard requirement that will help DPR to carry out their function effectively in all industry.
Some participants bear their minds on the exercise.
This training that we just had, it's very important, especially its impact on the economy of this country as it affects the oil and gas sector. It's about measurement in the oil and gas industry using a specific tools that ensures that measurement is accurate and traceable. That's the uncertainty tools. The facilitator also gave us an insight into a study that was carried out about the cost implication of not having the right uncertainties, the right accuracies, and it ran into several millions of dollars. The lessons from it is that Nigeria should invest as much as possible in the metrology field so that these losses could be mitigated or reduced.
I'm taking away a better approach, better knowledge, better methods of statistical computation in the calibration process.
The Standards Organization of Nigeria, SON, brings a new lease of life to Nigeria SMEs. SON has put a greater premium on developing standards to improve made in Nigeria products for export. We have developed more standards for products like sesame, cocoa, gari, and more, courtesy of our accredited state-of-the-art laboratories. In keeping with the federal government's ease of doing business, SON has simplified its processes and turned around time for SUNCAP, MANCAP, and other certification processes. SON has intensified market market surveillance, raids, and seizures to reduce substandard products in circulation, and offenders shall be prosecuted. Join SON in ridding our nation of substandard products. If you see something, say something. Standards Organization of Nigeria, improving lives through standards.
Thanks for being there. A director in the office of the Director General of the Standards Organization of Nigeria, Kabir Mohammed, says SON will continue to partner with any serious organization committed to fight against substandard and fake products in the country. He said this when a delegation of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency visited SON in Lagos. Kabir Mohammed, who received the delegation on behalf of the Director General of the agency, Osita Boloma, expressed delight at the visit, which he described as apt and one that will boost the capacity of tackling the menace of fake goods. Such partnership, he stressed, will afford the SON the opportunity of providing LASCOPA with the requisite knowledge and technology to check the distribution of substandard products and protect consumers' rights to quality goods. Leader of the delegation and General Manager of the Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency, Mr. Badejo, thanked the Director General of the SON for his determination to partner with LASCOPA to protect consumers. The Lagos State Consumer Protection Agency was established by the state government to promote the rights of consumers through advocacy, campaigns, and features. If you're one of those unscrupulous importers who have continued to flood our markets with substandard products, this is for you. Stop the illegal business or risk sanctions by the Standards Organization of Nigeria. This is because the SON will not only destroy products but prosecute offenders. The agency is backed by law to discharge this function and will stop at nothing to ensure that consumers get value for their money.
Yes, we have instituted and we have ongoing about 14 cases in different courts in different parts of the country. We have a couple in Kano, we have in Oka in Anambra State, and then of course substantially in Lagos. We are determined to ensure that the law takes its course. So as at now, we are still in court with these individuals. Some cases have gone very far. I'm aware of one case in Oshobo, I think is due for judgment. Other cases are at various stages.
The agency has continued to intensify strategies to uncover syndicates in the business of importing fake goods into Nigeria. This is apart from the various stakeholders' engagement through sensitization to create awareness on the dangers of substandard and fake products.
For importers and manufacturers, my advice is that it's cheaper to comply with the law than to go against the law. So I advise that people should familiarize themselves with the standards, because out there, when you go to prosecute, you find that there's a lot of ignorance on the part of our traders with respect to the standards available for the products they deal in. Often people go into trading without familiarizing themselves with the environment that they operate in terms of the standards for those products. So if we devote a little bit time to understand the rules governing the products we deal in, it makes life easier for all sides. So I think our advice is that comply with the law. It's cheaper. You don't run foul of the law. You don't have to retain any lawyer when issues come up. You don't have to suffer the indignity of being arraigned in court, and then the reputational damage it does to your product will be avoided. So it's better to avoid going against the law. It's cheaper to comply. Then for our consumers also, my advice to them is one, every week this organization runs a program, Standardandyou. People should keep abreast of that. And the facilities available put in place by the organization should also be exploited. I'm aware the organization has toll-free lines. The organization has an active online platform, people should exploit that, because without adequate knowledge, you don't make informed decision. A lot of our consumers don't make informed decision. But if they are aware of the issues, then they'll be able to make judgment that can be defended. And where there are infractions, they should not hesitate to contact us. We're always available to render service to them.
Be warned. If you see something, please say something to the Standards Organization of Nigeria. Alright, we are moving on the program, and time now to join Alimot Osifo in our feedback corner to treat your messages. Over to you, Alimot.
Choose life and live. Buy original. Be original. SON.
Thank you, Ifoma. Welcome to the feedback segment of the program. I am Halimot Osifo. Did you know that as a consumer, you have moral and legal entitlements? These include right to redress, right to safety, right to information, right to consumer education, and more. Right to redress allows you to request for a repair, replacement of products, or refund of money paid whenever you're dissatisfied with a product or service. Right to safety provides you with safety instructions and warnings to protect you from possible hazards of your products. Right to information gives you access to unnecessary information about a product to be consumed, such as product content, ingredients, prescribed usage, best before date, labeling information, and more. As a consumer, you must analyze and use this information wisely. Right to consumer education is a lifelong responsibility which keeps you updated about product safety and quality. It's important for us to know our consumer rights because an enlightened consumer is an empowered consumer. Beyond that, we must ensure our consumer rights. And the Standards Organization of Nigeria is one government agency committed towards that. Report to us whenever you are denied your consumer rights or value for your money. Martin Ubedon from Abuja says, my friend, a POP molder, bought 10 bags of POP cement from a marketer. At the site, it was discovered that the bags were partly refilled with substance which looks like cement and then sealed. Wow, that's a serious offense. Repackaging, rebagging with substandard materials, it is punishable by the law. Please report to SON office in Abuja. We'll take it up from there. Anthony Godwin says, I love your program. It's always interesting and educating. Thank you so much. Glad to know. Dairos Zagana says, we live without information. Many people die consuming substandard goods in the village. How can we know standard goods without orientation? We cannot overlook the importance of information and consumer education. It's very important. You need to ask questions, seek clarifications whenever you're in doubt. SON is also using this program to bring you information about product quality and safety, and will continue to do more to keep you informed. Olushola says, I watched your program, well done, and keep it up. Thank you so much. Ben Chukudi says, how do I get your office address? It depends on your location. We have state offices across the country. For any of the addresses, you can check our official website at www.son.gov.ng. Moshood says, I pray God gives you the strength to continue your good work. Amen. Thank you so much. And that's the much we can take on the feedback segment of the program. Keep your messages coming in with your full name and location to the number 0705-972-4455. You can tag along with us on Facebook at Standardandyou, Instagram and Twitter at Standardandyou_. Remember, we have a vibrant YouTube channel where you can watch previous episodes online at youtube.com/Standardandyou. Join us next week for another interesting episode. Remember, buy original, sell authentic, and use only the best. Bye for now.
Why you dey buy fake product, make you dey careful, no go damage your life. You've got one life to live.
Buy original.